Hey, what's going on, my friends? Did you start your $25 a week dividend portfolio? Did you do it yet? Did you? Well, if you didn't, I have my link down below to M1 Finance, which is what we are using here in the background, as you can see. I definitely recommend giving it a shot starting today. It's not about the timing, but it's about the time in, and I'll elaborate a bit. What I'm saying is, don't put it off and keep saying, I'm going to start my dividend portfolio, I'm going to start investing, I'm going to start my retirement after this or on this date down the road. Just do it today. The sooner you get in, the better off you're going to be in the long term, historically speaking. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So we're going to take an updated look at our $25 a week dividend portfolio for today, Monday, May 24th. So this week, we're starting things off with a dividend portfolio of $1,102.86. Our market gain over the past day, pretty much from last week, is up $6.19. That is a return of almost 0.60%. And when we jump over to the past week, you can see we are down. Our gain is down a little bit, 0.04%. The past month, we are up $29.18. That is a 2.87% return. The past quarter, it jumps up to a $102.30 gain and a return of 13.15%. And the past year, or all time, you can see we are up $105.70, which is a return of 16.36%. And that is broken down with a market gain of almost $100 and our earned dividends being $7.65. Things are going pretty well, as you guys can see. Like I said, if you are in a position where you're tight on cash and you want to start to plan for your retirement, you want to start to plan for, purchasing a new car, it's something. This might be a better option than going with a savings account. And of course, we're going to look at the actual companies I have in here. There is some news with one of the companies in particular that has kind of stirred things up a bit, and we're going to make a decision. Well, I've already made the decision, but we're going to dive into this. And the beauty of these portfolios is that you can change things whenever you pretty much want. And it's as easy as just coming into your pie and just taking out a slice and swapping it with another piece of pie that will help you with having a complete pizza or pie. But each slice can be changed. That's the beauty of this. So when we scroll down and we take a look at every company inside of our dividend portfolio, we can see Newt is once again killing it at the top with a gain of about $35. That's 62% return. 3M is next up with a $11.44 gain. And then we have Realty Income Corp, which is $10.06 gain. I believe these three have been top three. Last week, I believe they were top three as well. And Newt and Realty Income, our REITs, pretty much have been at the top for a while now, and I think 3M has been up there too. Continuing along, we have PepsiCo with a $10.15 gain. Then we have JP Morgan with a $9.75 gain. Then Coca-Cola, $8.55 gain. Johnson & Johnson, $8.36 gain. Procter & Gamble, $6.44 gain. Then, now, this is where things are, I'm actually surprised Verizon is below AT&T with all of the news surrounding AT&T. And we'll dive into it in a moment, but AT&T is $3.79 gain. And at the bottom is Verizon Communications with a $3.12 gain. So our dividends are paying us, as I mentioned, over this whole course of our portfolio that we started on February 1st with $100, our earned dividends have paid us $7.65 so far. When we jump in here and just look and see what are some of the latest dividends that we were paid, I mean, pretty much we'll probably have some more coming in this week, but the last two dividends that were paid to us was Procter & Gamble, which was back on the 17th for 60 cents, and Realty Income Corp back on the 14th for 33 cents. And you can see a few days ago we had 7 buys for our weekly deposit of $25 that went in And you can see exactly, I never actually dive in here and show you guys, but this is kind of cool because you guys can get a look and see the morning trades. We added $25 to our account. Of course, the fees take that 16 cents. And then after that, the money is supposedly evenly distributed among the other companies. Now, I'm not too sure why this says two excluded. Now, it might just be because of the setup of my portfolio in terms of the distribution having to be 10% and just the weighted aspect of where a particular company is at a given time. But you can see pretty much, although this is where I'm like, why did so much go towards AT&T right here? And I think that was to help keep them where they are positioned because they did take kind of a hit this week. So that kind of explains that a little bit there. The question is, or everything that people are like, oh, like, wait, what's going on? Is AT&T. And as you can see right here, AT&T announces a $43 billion deal to merge Warner Media with Discovery. Under the agreement, AT&T said it would receive an aggregate amount of $43 billion in a combination of cash, debt, and Warner Media's retention of certain debt. Discovery shareholders would own 29% of the new company. Some people are not so happy with this, and some people are happy with it. As you can see, media merger, Warner Media, so CNN, Warner Brothers, TBS, HBO Max, TNT, True, CN. All right, we're already hip to all that. But now with Discovery, you guys can see TLC. We got Discovery Channel. We got OWN, Discovery Plus, HDTV, Food, and I'm not even too sure what this is. But this is bringing on kind of a different style type of channels and products and content that is of interest to a completely different audience than what Warner Media has to bring to the table. Now, the problem for us in particular is the fact that because of this merger, AT&T dividend cut and Warner Media Discovery deal is a debacle for shareholders. People are like, wait a minute, what does that mean for us as a dividend, investor? Essentially, they're going to be cutting the dividend in half. So they kind of took a bit of a dig because of this news. But the investor sell-off was clearly much more concerned with a dividend that will be nearly halved, with new AT&T planning to spend about $8 billion in free cash flow on the dividend versus nearly $15 billion last year. Going to $8 billion from $15 billion speaks volume. They're literally cutting it in half. So a lot of people jump ship because of this news. A lot of people just kind of don't believe that this was something good for the company, as good as you would like to believe it is. And others, like I said, is just specifically the dividend portfolio investors, people that are relying on them because of the dividend payout, especially if you are someone who's retired. This has been detrimental to them. Now, we're in a good position, those of you who have a similar portfolio to what our the portfolio is here, we're in a good position because we have a diversified dividend portfolio. So we don't have just AT&T as our sole source of dividend payouts. We have a number of companies that give us dividend payouts. It's not something that's kind of hitting us as hard as it would be if we only had AT&T as our primary source of dividend income. So I think it's important to have a diversified portfolio like this, because it will help you weather the storm that might be coming your way depending on what any given company does at any particular time. I do believe AT&T will be fine when it's all said and done. I can't see in the future, so I could be completely wrong. And so I didn't want to jump ship. I didn't want to just bail right away on AT&T. Part of me is thinking we could get rid of AT&T and replace it with another company, but I haven't really done too much research right now on who I would want to add. I mean, I've done a little, not recently, but in general, I kind of know a lot of the other dividend aristocrats and dividend kings and whatnot. So we'll probably maybe get someone else in the mix to substitute AT&T, especially since we already have Verizon in there and they're pretty much in the same industry. Although again, AT&T now it's taking more of the media approach. So it might not be a bad move, keeping them in the mix where we rely on them for their telecommunication services, your mobile device and whatnot. But being that now they're going to be owning more media companies, and media is only going to get bigger. And I love documentaries. I love authentic content, real content. And I think a lot of the network stations and new content that they're going to have under their umbrella now is going to be in that area. So I don't think it's a horrible move. We're going to keep AT&T in our portfolio portfolio for the time being. However, we are going to think about swapping them out with someone else, or just getting rid of them and distributing the investment that we have behind them among the other 9 companies that are here inside of our portfolio. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna roll with this for the time being, keep it how we have it, because we're still in the green. Things are still going well for us as a whole. And this, like I was saying a moment ago, does help us to keep things diversified as they take on more media, more of a stance within that media field, in that media area. However, one thing I'm thinking about is, like, I did remove AbbVie before. That might be someone to consider putting back in the mix and swapping back out, or some other kind of pharmaceutical laboratory, company that we can get in the mix. Obviously, we have Johnson & Johnson, where that kind of is in there already, but maybe we would want to swap out AT&T with someone in that area, or maybe there might be someone else to consider. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we should get rid of AT&T? Comment down below. Let me know. Is it a good move to leave them in here for the time being? Should I jump ship with everyone else? Let me know what you guys think. And also, like I mentioned before, feel free to start your dividend portfolio with only $25 a day. And if you use my link down below, you will get $30 to start your account. After that, well, create your pie, your dividend portfolio. Add the companies that you believe will be around and help with paying out a nice dividend payout every quarter, every year, whatever it might be. And start making this money. Start getting your money to grow for you, because that is what it's all about. Not only making money, but managing it and investing it in a way that it will work for you. You will grow your money, and that will help you with moving forward in your financial independence journey as you strive for financial freedom. And on that note, you guys already know I got to keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.